What happens when you buy a high-rise condo, but you decide you don't want to live there anymore, but you want to turn it into an income property? We're going to dive deep and I'm going to go over the things that you need to know and break it all down for you. Let's say you buy a high-rise condo. You're excited about moving to Las Vegas. You want to do the whole lifestyle, but you move in and you're like, oof, this is not for me. But you're a savvy investor and you say to yourself, but you know what? I bet I could rent this out and make a good income. That is true, but there are some things that you need to know. Here are the top 5 things. Every building is different. Some allow you to do short-term rentals like Airbnb or VRBO. Some allow 3 to 6 months and up, and some will not allow any leases under a year. So these are things that you need to know before you purchase that high-rise condo, because it is so important. Because what if you buy this high-rise condo, you don't like it, and you decide you want to lease it, but you find out that you have to have someone stay for an entire year. That limits your pool of renters. So this is definitely something to consider. Number 2, certain buildings have owner occupancy rates. So they need to make sure that a certain amount of units are owner occupied full time or at part-time or whatever, but you can't lease it out at all. So if that's you, you need to look into these buildings' rules and regulations so that you know if your condo qualifies. Number 3, getting tenants. It can be difficult enough to get a tenant. You have to get the criminal check, the background check, make sure they don't have any bankruptcy. There's a whole process that goes through to finding tenant. You gotta market for it. Now, certain buildings also require that tenant to go through the HOA approval process. Not only does this cost more money for the tenant, this is another process that they're gonna have to go through, and not every tenant is gonna wanna do that. So this is definitely something to consider as well. Number 4, condo financing is way different than traditional single-family residential. It could require more of a down payment. Most lenders ask for 25 to 30% down and up, and you're gonna have a higher interest rate. So if you're looking at it from a financial standpoint, if you're thinking about, well, I'm gonna buy this high rise and then I'm gonna rent it out, or maybe you're an investor and you're looking for an opportunity to buy and rent it out, you're gonna have to consider that monthly mortgage payment may be a lot more, and something that you need to consider is you can only lease it out for so much. So these are things that you're gonna need to think about and put your pen to paper and calculate. Number 5, HOA fees in high-rise buildings are high and they're non-negotiable. You can negotiate the price. You can negotiate with your lender. You can negotiate with how much money you want to put down and shop around for different lenders and get that rate down. You can even negotiate with your tenant to get more rent, but you cannot negotiate those HOA fees, and they are high in the high-rise buildings. Yes, they come with tons of amenities. Yes, they come with tons of services and things you don't need to pay for, like utilities and security and pool and spa and gym. But if you're someone who's putting pen to paper, you want to have maximum income from your investment property, this is definitely something to consider. So now that I've shared with you the 5 things to consider, let's get into the 5 buildings that allow for short-term rentals. Are you someone thinking to yourself, this all sounds great, but I don't know how often I'm gonna pop in and pop out of my high-rise unit? Well, a condotel might be the perfect solution for you. What is a condotel? A condotel is a condo and a hotel combined. You have all the amazing amenities that a hotel offers: pool, spa, gym, concierge, valet, and you have the ability to own the unit. So there are some pros and some cons with that, but I really want to share with you what buildings offer this as a solution for you if you're looking to invest in the high-rise lifestyle. In Las Vegas, you have 5 condotels that allow for the Airbnb hotel nightly rental and that you can own. I'm going to go into each one of them, their perks, their benefits, what they include, and about how much they cost. The Platinum Hotel, just a 9-minute walk off the strip east of Flamingo, we have the Platinum Condotel. Some of the amenities include an indoor-outdoor pool, a restaurant that has breakfast and lunch, and a bar lounge. Now, the other thing I love about this building is some of these units have electric fireplaces and whirlpool tubs. The units in this building range from $150,000 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath to $350,000 $250,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. The unit sizes range from 750 square feet to 2,180 square feet, which is a large size condotel unit. Depending on the size of your unit, your HOA fees range from $521 to $1,000. So what if you want to rent out this unit? Well, the hotel has a program where they do it for you. They take a 50-50 split and they hold on to 4% for a reserve fund, which covers maintenance, if they need to replace furniture, or if anything breaks. Now, if you're someone who's looking at this as a complete investment, the Platinum is great. If you're someone who's thinking about kind of popping in and popping out, the Platinum might not be so great because they charge a fee if you want to stay in your unit. So if you're an investor only, you're watching this video to get some insight of what it looks like to invest in high-rise, the Platinum building might be for you. Next up, we have the Palms Place. The Palms Place is located west of the Strip, about a 30-minute walk or a short Uber ride. So the Palms is a mile from the Las Vegas Strip, but what you get at Palms Place is a short walk to Palms Casino. The Palms has tons of restaurants, it has gambling, it has all the amenities that a hotel has, but you are separated being in those high-rise towers. For a studio unit, you're looking at about $280,000. If you're looking for a 2-bedroom, 3-bath, we're in the $800,000 range. Now, Palms Place does have crazy penthouse suites that have their own pools and they feel like a palace in the sky. One had sold just a few years ago for $12.5 million, and they're using that one to rake in the bucks on Airbnb. The cool thing about Palms Place is you can enroll it in the hotel program and they're gonna take a 50-50 split. You get 50% of the proceeds, they keep 50% of the proceeds, but it's completely hands-off. You don't have to worry about a thing. Or if you're someone like myself who likes to get a little nitty-gritty and do things themselves, you can personally list it on Airbnb, VRBO, or one of those third-party short-term rental sites. The opportunity with Palms Place is endless. The great thing is you can stay in there whenever you want, especially if you're managing it yourself. You can just take it off the websites or block off those dates, or you could simply email the front desk and let them know that the unit is not available. But what's a great opportunity and something exciting that may be coming is the Rio, which is right across the street from Palms, is supposedly going to have a baseball stadium nearby over there. So if you're someone who likes to be in the action, likes to know what's going on, wants to be in the know and get in the forefront of this investment, Palms Place might be something to check out. Before I get into the 3 last condotels and some questions to ask yourself before you get into investing in high rises, my name is Courtney Bentley. I'm a luxury real estate agent here in Las Vegas, and I offer a concierge service to take all the headaches out of moving here to my favorite city in the world, Las Vegas. Next, we have the Signature at MGM. The Signature at MGM is Strip adjacent, and all 3 towers are connected, which is really awesome. And what's even more awesome is that it has a connector belt which connects you to the MGM Grand. The MGM Signature is 3 towers and they're about 36 stories tall. The amenities included are pools, spa, gyms, Starbucks, and they all have lounges. And what's great is each tower has its own amenities. One of my favorite things about this building is you can use the resort style pool at the MGM Grand. So if the pool at the Signature isn't that exciting to you, you can head over to the MGM Grand and experience the beach clubs, the pool cabanas, and all the things that the MGM has to offer. The great thing about being near the MGM Grand is you get to eat at my favorite restaurant, Mirimoto. Units in this building range from $269,000 to $1 million, and they have studios up to 2 bedrooms. The thing I love about this building is each building has its own perks in terms of view, and depending on how high you go, the better the view you get. Your HOA depends on the size of your unit, but it ranges from $705 to $2,024. Some of these units have balconies, which really creates a nice atmosphere, and you can open up that door and experience some fresh air and the beautiful city life. MGM Signature is really great for an investor who is looking for a unit that they can crash whenever they want. Now, from an investor standpoint, you might be thinking to yourself, this building sounds great, it sounds lovely, but what does it look like? Well, if you enroll your unit into the hotel program, they're gonna take a 50-50 split and they're gonna hold some money for reserves in case there's any maintenance issues or any furniture that gets ruined. Now, if you're someone who wants to stay, it's great too because you are literally at the end of the Strip and you're so close to so many other hotels and casinos because you're on the Strip. So if you're someone that likes to get out there and have a good time, the MGM Signature could be a great benefit to you. Next, we have Trump Tower. It is gold and bright gold, and just across the street from Fashion Show Mall. Trump Tower is 64 stories tall. It features an upscale restaurant, a pool, a bar, and of course a lounge. And what I love about Trump Tower is they have a shuttle that can take you to the Strip. So I think that's an incredible amenity, especially if you're someone who doesn't live here and is using this kind of as a vacation home. You just want to pop in, pop out. It's really great. You don't have to worry about renting a car. You can just go into the shuttle. It'll take you right to the Strip. Or you could just walk across the street to the Fashion Show Mall and have a full day of luxurious shopping and eating. The great thing about the HOA is it includes 24-hour security in all of your utilities. So what's great about that from an investment standpoint is you're not worried about someone leaving the air on all day, making the room extra cold and running up that electric bill. Units start around $230,000 and they go all the way up to $1 million for the penthouse. Units range from studios at 533 square feet and we go all the way up to about 1,400 square feet. And then of course we have the penthouses. Your HOA fee is going to be $591 up to $1,472 depending on the size of your unit. What I like about Trump Towers from an investment standpoint is that it is all included in your HOA. So not all the buildings have that. You may have someone who's renting your unit and they run up the bills and you have to pay all that stuff, and you can't always factor that in from an investment standpoint. Knowing exactly what your HOA covers and what that bill is going to look like is going to be significant in a long-term investment strategy. Trump Tower is another building that you can do yourself. So you could put it on Airbnb or VRBO all by yourself and you don't have to worry about all those management fees and splits. Now they do have a cost associated if you do plan to do that, but it is very minimal, and I found with my investors that Trump Tower can be significant in income if you really work the system. Last but not least, we have Vdara, located in the city center. Vdara is in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. You have Park MGM next door, Cosmopolitan. You can walk over to T-Mobile Arena and catch a Golden Knights game or a concert. It's next to Aria Casino. So there's so much surrounding the Vdara. The great thing about Vdara is they have a dog park. So if you're someone who has a dog or you don't mind if people bring their dogs into their unit, there's a dog park for them to use, which is a great amenity that not all condotels have. Vdara also has a luxury pool, a spa, a gym, and of course some restaurants. Because of its location, Vdara is a little bit more pricey than these other condotels I've mentioned. To enter into this building, you're looking at about $540,000, with units going all the way up to $1.1 million. Vdara offers units 540 square feet for a studio, all the way up to almost 1,000 square feet for a 2-bedroom, 3-bath. Your HOA is gonna range from $800 up to $1,107, depending on the size of your unit. From an investment standpoint, you're looking at a 50-50 split with the hotel. So if you're enrolled in that program, that's what you're gonna have to pay out. They also charge a 5% reserve to help with maintenance and housekeeping and all those different things that are associated with your unit. Now, if you want to stay in your unit, they are going to charge you a fee, and they're also going to charge you an additional housekeeping fee. I know, kind of ridiculous, but that's the way it is. You can put this into your own management program with a VRBO or an Airbnb, but they're also going to charge you a fee for that. What other questions do you have about condotels? Comment below and I can create a video or answer them in the comments below. So you may be asking yourself, Courtney, which one would you pick? Well, it really depends on a few questions, and these are questions I always ask my clients to help guide them into making a decision. The first question you want to ask yourself is, what kind of ROI or return on investment are you looking for? If you're someone who's looking at this from an equity play, condotels don't really make that much money in terms of equity. They kind of break even through historical data. Now, I would share with you that the rates for these hotel rooms and the rates that they've been charging on Airbnb and VRBO have gone up through the years as we've opened up post-COVID, as we've seen more concerts come here, as we've seen more events come here like Formula One. When the Allegiant Stadium opened, that raised those rates. So these are all things that, in terms of like making some income, could be a great asset for you in your portfolio. But if you're someone looking at that equity play, I'm not so sure. I feel like a single family residential could be a better play for you and something we can talk about in a later video. The next question. You may be saying to yourself, Courtney, I can get a high-rise condo for $280,000? That's crazy. Well, the issue here is a lot of these condotels cannot be financed, or if they can't be financed, you're gonna have to put a significant down payment down, and you're probably not gonna get the best rate. You also have to factor in the HOA fees, which I shared in the beginning are non-negotiable. You're gonna have insurance, you're gonna have special assessments some of these buildings throw at you. All of these things add up. So if you're someone who doesn't like these hefty fees, you're not so sure that the mortgage rate is gonna be something you wanna pay every single month, this investment may not be for you. And the last question, what kind of investor are you? Are you looking at this as a vacation home that pays for itself? This is an incredible option for you. I've sold a couple of condotels to clients who just want a vacation home that pays for itself. Simple as that. If it makes a couple of bucks on the side, great, but they're not looking at this as an investment to add to their portfolio. They're more looking at this as, I love to go to Vegas, I want to have a place that I don't have to pay for or keep up or worry about. A condotel is a great solution and a great answer to that situation. All in all, the rental restrictions are there in these high-rise buildings. You do have some options. You can buy a unit, live in it, look at what the rental restrictions are. It could be a 3 to 6 month deal, it could be a year deal, and it could be a great opportunity for you to build your investment portfolio. These are all factors to consider, and I would highly suggest sitting down with a piece of paper and a pen and answering those last questions I asked of you. Or feel free to comment below and ask questions. I'm happy to be of assistance. For more tips on condo living and moving to Las Vegas, check out this playlist. I'll see you on the next one.